Troubling news just out regarding the nation's high school students. Only 37% of high school seniors were academically prepared for college math and reading courses in 2015. That's the finding of a new study by the National Assessment Governing Board. WSJ reporter Leslie Brody is here with us now to discuss. Hi, Leslie. 37% is a distressingly low number, and this is down from 2 years ago?
Down slightly. It is a concern, especially since we've celebrated the rise in graduation rates, but this shows how many students who actually get into college and start college aren't prepared and therefore have to spend a lot of time and money on remedial courses for which they get no college credit, so they burn up their financial aid or build student debt on classes that don't get them closer to a college degree.
So clearly the job is not getting done in high school here. So the rates of graduates are going up, even as the preparedness is going down. Is there some link there?
Well, there are many factors to look at, but one thing is that the graduation rates going up in high school means that there are some students who might have dropped out in the past who struggle academically who are now in school taking these tests.
Right.
So you have more students struggling taking the same tests.
A little good news with the bad. Now, did this study break down reading and math? Did it also break down gender and ethnicity?
It does. It always does. This is a long-term project that the federal government does to keep track on how our students are doing. And as you might expect, stereotypically, the boys tend to do better in math and the girls in reading. The achievement gaps, the racial and ethnic group achievement gaps, are very stubborn and persist.
There's no improvement there? Or marginal improvement?
The gap is getting wider in some categories. There's also been a shift where they found that the students, especially in reading at the higher level, are doing better, and at the lower level are doing worse.
So there's a stratification that's occurring in our schools, just as in our society. The top end is doing better, the lower end is doing worse. Very distressing. What do educators, or what does the group that did the study seem to point to as the reason for this?
Well, they don't like to look at, they don't like to talk about cause and effect, because there are so many factors that go into education, it's really hard to pin things down. But there are some noteworthy points that they bring up. For example, English language learners did better in math. Now, most of the English language learners who did better in math are Asian. So there's an interesting thing to look at there. Most of the seniors who did better in math, predictably, were the ones taking advanced level courses. So the U.S. Secretary of Education, John King, said today, we have to make sure that we give all kids the opportunity and encouragement to take math in 12th grade. Many 12th graders don't take math, so they won't do as well on the test.
Absolutely. Now, the study also looked at 4th graders and 8th graders and 12th graders, correct?
Well, this is called the National Assessment for Educational Progress, or NAEP, or the Nation's Report Card. They came out with the 4th and 8th grade numbers last fall. And last fall, the 4th and 8th grade numbers were down a little bit as well.
Right.
Some folks at the time said, well, we have the new Common Core learning standards. A lot of educators are still getting used to them. Sometimes there's something called an implementation dip. When you start something new, it takes a while to adjust. Perhaps that could be feeding into it.
Right. So what is the goal now for educators going forward with this information in hand?
Well, some say we have to redouble our efforts to do what we've been doing, but do it better. Others say we have to rethink the whole way we go about things.
Right. Well,
so it's a very serious debate.
A very serious debate, and no doubt a distressing issue. Thank you so much.